Jennifer Lane here with Yellow Lane Designs. Today's project is this cute little box made with the envelope punch board. This is the last class in the series that I did. This is the last project that we made in the class that I had a while ago. This paper is from Go Wild Designers Series paper stack. It has lots of black and white and Tip Top Taupe. Those are basically the colors. This is what it looks like. It all comes 6x6, and as you can see, there's lots of different designs. I've used quite a few of the designs already, so that's only a few that are in there. I am going to change it up a little bit today and use a different design paper just to kind of show you the versatility of all the papers and how you can do this project or duplicate it several times if you were to get the designer series paper. So let's get started. You will need a paper that's 6x6. You can do this with any paper, and like I said, I used the Go Wild Designer Series stack. You will need your envelope punch board, and I will warn you there's a lot of punching and scoring on this particular box, but it comes together nicely and relatively quickly. So first, you're going to insert your paper into your punch board, and you're going to line up your paper to the 1.5. You're going to punch and score. You're going to flip your paper, and you're going to line it up at the 2.5 mark up here at the top. And you're going to punch and score. And then you're going to flip it again. You're going to go back to the 1.5 inch mark. You're going to punch and score, and you're going to flip again, and you're going to go back to the 2.5, punch and score. So you'll see we have several score lines on there. Next, what you're going to do is you're going to line up with this little notch here all your score lines. So here's the first one. Here's my score line. I'm going to punch and score. I'm going to flip it and line this little marker up with this score line, punch and score. I'm going to rotate again and do the same thing. Find my score line, punch and score. And one last time, punch and score, lining up at that score line. So then you have a piece that looks like this. Several different score lines. Now these two larger pieces here, that would be the top. I'll bring the sample back in so you can see. So here's the top, and I rounded the corners, so I'll do that before I get rid of this punch board. So next, what you can do is you can fold on all the score lines. You can reinforce them with a bone folder if you want, but this is designer series paper. It folds pretty easily with your just folding it and gently pressing on it. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to punch the handle, or the hole at the top that I did. I'm using a 3/4 inch punch. I'm just going to line up the two sides together as close as I can get them. I'm going to insert my punch, really making sure I have the same amount of paper on each side, and I'm going to punch. We do call that winging it. Many of us do that. What you can do is, if you don't feel comfortable doing that, you could punch it out and then place your paper as a guide, and then put your punch, with a little bit of snail, attach it, put your punch through, and just punch out. Or I should kind of do that. That would probably help you. So if I were to do this, I would put my snail, then push my punch in, punch that out, and you could do that to the other side. Whatever you're more comfortable with. The next step is the sides where you have the holes are what we're going to cut. So we're going to cut on the score line right up to the very first score line on either side, and then we're going to flip it and do the same exact thing. Now, this is the side of the box, so this is the side I would like to see. I'm going to flip it over, and I'm going to glue these inside the box because I do not want to see them. If you wanted to do that, you can. Then you would see that on your sides. I'll show you. You would just have a different pattern on there, and sometimes you want that look and sometimes you don't. In this instance, I don't. So to attach these, I'm just using snail. And then I'm going to flip it over, and I want to see the side that I want to be the predominant side. You're going to put, in this case I'm using some Fast Fuse. It's a little bit stronger than snail, and because this is a box, I highly recommend that, or tear and tape, something to that effect. We are going to place the tape, or the Fast Fuse, in each one of these corners here. And Fast Fuse is has a little temperament here sometimes. And mine, it does sometimes get stuck. On the side there. And it's very sticky. I am just not having luck with this Fast Fuse today. There we go. And once you get your tape on each side, then you're just going to assemble. So you're going to just meet the corners or the sides here, and it goes together fairly quickly. And there's your box completed. Very simple, like I said. There was just a little bit of stamping on this box, and for that I used Whisper White. I am using a round array, this stamp set. I'm using the You Make Me Smile, and I'm using ink Basic Black, Archival Basic Black. So let me ink this up. Oops. And to punch this out, I'm using the 7/8 inch scalloped circle punch. I did beforehand already cut out a tip-top taupe 1-inch circle. So we are going to attach this with the Stampin' Dimensional. Just place that in the middle. I do have just a piece of, it's a burlap piece of ribbon, just one of the strands. And what you can do, if you want, I just kind of made some circles, and then we're going to attach that. So the easiest way I have found to do this is to get 1 or 2 glue dots and then attach your piece. So there you go. Got a little strand right there. I'll have to cut that off. And then this gets attached with a Stampin' Dimensional. To the outside of your box. We're then going to use some white ribbon to just go through the top here, and then a piece of baker's twine, black and white, to tie so it kind of stays in place. And I'm just going to tie a knot here. And then I will give this ribbon a little trim, and I will give my twine, baker's twine, a little trim. And there you have it.